welcome back to another brand new episode here on Sunnyside Up Farms. What are we up to today? Well, as you can see, the John Deere in front is off to do his field. He's trying out a Lemkin cultivator, and I am trying out this. Although I say trying it out, we've not really got any intentions of buying it, but a neighbouring farm had got one, and we decided that we would quite like to borrow it. So the plan in here is that we are going to be planting this field with grass. There is a reason for that. I'm not going to tell you the reason for that. All will become clear later on. Yeah, we're going to plant this field of grass with grass. The grass should be ready by mid-October, as long as we get a little bit of moisture on there. But there is sort of moisture in the ground anyway. But yeah, so that's the plan for today. So we get this one done. As I say, he's gone off to do another field. As you can tell from the money situation, I've sold more eggs and a little bit more stone. Most of that money is from the eggs, to be fair. Alright, is that working? Indeed it is, sir. Alright, we'll turn the flasher off. He's got to where he's going, which is good. And then if we turn that on, is it? That one, and then that one. We'll have a bit of GPS action, just so that we keep it in a straight line. But yeah, so as I say, we're going to plant grass in here, and and then all will be revealed on that one. We don't need to roll it or anything. We'll just drill it straight in, and then get it to grow. Actually, we might roll it for the reason of why I'm doing it. We might roll it. And then, as I say, we'll get this done. Get him to do his, because after this we have got a drill to try. So I asked you in the last episode about the drill and the tractor. Recording this before that episode has even gone out. So just for today, we're going to borrow a new drill, because our drill, it's a nice drill, but and to be fair, it's only as big as the one we're trying today. But the one that we are trying today, I can direct drill with it if I want to, which we don't really do on the farm. We don't really have the land for it. So what we will sort of do is we'll try a different drill. It's funnily enough going to go, so there's two fields up there, just over there. I bought some more fields. In actual fact, I'll show you rather than tell you. Right, so if we go to this one, so I bought excuse me, three more fields. So I bought that one, and that one. So he's now cultivating that one because it's barley and it's stubble, so he's getting that cultivated. And then we've got this one here that's got sunflowers in. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to harvest this field, just because I don't want to profit from the computer having spent or the farm that we've bought it off, we'll say, they've spent all the money in the seed and what have you. So we've told them that they can harvest that field, but we'll take over as soon as they've finished harvesting. They don't have to cultivate or nothing. We'll sort it out as soon as they get the crop off. This one and this one are going all-seed rape. So it's nice that we've got a little bit more land now that we can actually start to grow a few different other crops. So as I say, these two are going all-seed rape. This one's going wheat. And this one, at the moment, but subject to change. But at the moment, this one's going potatoes. And then one in here will obviously go back to doing sugar beet, and then this will go back to wheat, and then that one, not too sure, but we have got that to harvest in the next episode as well. So, but yeah, and the pig area will be revealed in the next episode. It's not quite finished yet. Yeah, it's not quite finished yet, but it will be revealed in the next episode, and I'm very much looking forward to revealing it, because as I say, it's been a long time in the making. That is actually a very nice setup. Let's have a look from the side. That is a very nice setup. I really like that. Yeah, anyway, I get easily distracted by tractors and machinery. Yesterday I went to, so I didn't record yesterday, I had a bit of a day off, because the farm that I'm going to on June 25th, which, what's that, like 2 weeks away or something, the farm, so it's a farm that I used to do work for, and it was also a farm that offered me a job, but at the time I didn't. At the time, mentally, I was unable to move, because I was fine with working on the farm that I was on, but when I was at home, I could go to work every day, but I couldn't really go out, and I couldn't sort of go to the seaside for the day, because I just feel really exposed and really sort of anxious and nervous and all of that, and so I couldn't really do those things, which I always sort of kind of felt sorry for my partner at the time. I don't feel sorry for her now, but I did then, because I would be at work for many hours, and then when there was a bit of time to have, or like if sort of it worked out that I was home one weekend or one Sunday or whatever, I sort of should have been taking her out for the day, but I couldn't, as much as I wanted to go, and I really, I did want to do all of the things that she liked doing, and and I like doing as well, because not only could I not take her out, but if I'd have wanted to have gone out somewhere, I couldn't have done that either. So it wasn't a case of I just couldn't be bothered to do what she wanted to do. It genuinely was a case. Oops. It needs a bit longer drawbar, this does, or it needs a bit better driver on the seat. One or the other. But yeah, so as I say, I couldn't really do it, and when I got offered that job, it meant moving away, because you have to live on site, so so that you're there, and I just couldn't bring myself to not living at home, and not only that as well, but because I was the way I was, she was able to sort of go out with a sister or her parents or whatever, and if I'd have dragged her all the way over to Cambridge, that wouldn't have happened, and I was kind of a little bit worried at the time that she'd become isolated, so that was why I turned it down. But anyway, I got invited up there yesterday, to see the setup, to actually see what we're going to see on the day when we go. So there are a couple of bits that I'm not going to be allowed to film, for very good reason from the farm. They've asked me that when we go into, because we're going to get a tour of the whole farm, and we're going to get a machinery tour, and hopefully we are going to be able to ride some machinery as well. And I say hopefully because there are going to be a lot of people there that day, and it might just be that there's not enough hours in the day for me to get to the, so as it's my turn on the machinery sort of thing. So hopefully myself and the farm manager have kind of sort of had a bit of a gentleman's agreement that he's going to try and sort of prioritise me going on to some of the stuff ahead of everyone else, or even go back under the day, like the day after or the day before or something, and do sort of do it that way. It's only a one-day event, and as I say, everyone in the first half of the day has been invited. Everyone in the second half of the day has purchased a ticket and is able to go, but everyone in the morning has been invited, and I was lucky enough to be one of those people to be invited. Now this is terrible, this is, because I've been playing quite a lot of FS25, as you all know, with Bevington and, you know, Palangi, and not only that, but also as well sort of in the evenings by myself. And every time now I come into the GPS, I press H, which is not on this game, is it? So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's crack on with a little bit of this, get this done, and then, as I say, we'll be up and drilling next. We'll go back down to the shop, and then we'll get the seed drill. It's just one that we borrowed. Again, not really interested in having it, but excuse me, just want to try it out, you know, just give it a go, and then we'll see where we're at. But I'll see you all in a little while. Bye for now. we've got the grass done even, if I can speak. And my man is in there somewhere rolling. I haven't seen him yet, worryingly, but I think he is doing his job. But as I say, I haven't seen him yet. Let's see if we can see him now. Oh yeah, he's down in that corner. Down there. So yeah, he's getting on with that quite nicely. We've got our other guy in this field, which is where we're going next. So he's working away in there. He got that field that we went and had a look at him in done. So a couple of disasters in the well, not disasters, but a couple of funny bits. One was I couldn't find my forklift. And it turned out I was stood next to it the whole time. Or not next to it, but I was stood next to the shed that it was in the whole time. Back at the actual farm, not the chicken farm. So I couldn't find my forklift, and then I got to the field and then realised I forgot to pick the seed up. So I tried to then style it out by sort of turning around, going and having a look at the other John Deere working in the field, and it was like, yeah, I meant to do all that, and then sort of casually, you know, sort of, right, we'll go and get the seed now. So yeah, it was a couple, as I say, a couple of disasters really. But right, now I always drill my headlands first for good reason, and we'll decide which way we're going to go after a round. Around the headlands, we'll decide which direction we're going to drill this field. It doesn't really matter as such. I mean, ideally we would want to be going that way rather than this way, ideally, but we'll have a look. As I say, we can, you know, sort it out, whatever, it doesn't matter. I was watching a fairly alright, we will just stop there. So the first thing we do is turn that off, and then we want to go to that, and then 24. Alright, and then turn that back to that, put the marker back in. Yeah, I was watching a fledgling YouTube channel yesterday, and in all fairness to the guy, I mean, if I'll have to remember his name, and then I'll give him a little bit of a shout out next time, because he was good enough to give me a shout out in his video, and he'd said that if I remember, I'll link it in the video description, but don't rely on me to do that, because I am notoriously terrible for forgetting to do stuff like that. But yeah, so he'd linked, he'd mentioned me in his video, and said that he'd been watching one of my videos, and yeah, I was drilling this field, and it was a complete disaster for him, because he couldn't do it as good as what I did, because his field didn't have a straight edge. And he was getting himself all in a tither, and I was kind of sitting there thinking, why couldn't this be live? I could find a way of getting in touch with you and saying, look, don't worry, you know, don't just chill, just relax, you know, it's fine. You don't need a straight edge to do good straight drilling, you know. You know, you don't really, especially in today's farming world, you don't need a nice straight edge, because very few fields that you ever go in have straight edges, unfortunately. It's the way the countryside is cut, you know. But yeah, he was getting himself in a right 2-8. I might even, actually, if I remember, by the time I get the headlands done, I might even, because, you know, according to him, he says he watches my YouTube channel, which, thank you very much. And as I say, I've subscribed to yours now, and I'll give you a watch, and also as well, you know, if you are ever stuck, you know, I'm on Discord, message me, you know, leave a comment on, you know, a YouTube video of mine or whatever, and, you know, get in touch, and, you know, I'll try and help you out. But yeah, so as I say, I might when I get these headlands finished, I might even drill this field as though it doesn't have a straight edge at all. Now, as it is, I've seen 3 so far, so we're a little bit lucky. But I'll drill it the direction that I want to drill it in, as though there is no straight edge, if I remember, because I'm, you know, as I said, I'm notorious for going, oh, I'll do this, I'll put this in the description, and then, like, sort of, you know, 2 weeks later, I'm sort of, you know, sitting there, and someone messages and go, you said you was going to put it in the description, but you didn't. It's like, oh, okay, I'll go get that for you now. So yeah, but anyway, like I say, what we're going to do, we're going to crack on with this canola. Oh, it's almost a straight edge, look. That would have been really nice, actually. In actual fact, apologies to my the person that was watching. I'm not going to be doing as though this isn't a straight edge, because that gave me a nice straight edge with which to start from. So that's one way of doing it, and then just start in the corner and work back out again. Yeah, so that's one way you could do it. And the other thing is just start in the middle and then do a GPS line, because it will do a straight line, and like Giants' FS22 GPS, it will actually do you a straight line. Or in failing that, if you don't want to use GPS, which sometimes I mean, you know, I don't always use it. It's a fantastic mod, but I don't always use it. Sometimes I like to see whether I can still drive straight. Or if you're doing like 1950s and, you know, obviously GPS wasn't around, then you know, just sit in the middle of the field, line yourself up with a tree the other end, and drive yourself through and do it that way. Right, I'm going to switch back to a bit of time lapse, and I'll see you all at the end. See you in a minute. Right, so we're back, and this field has now been drilled as well. I've got to be honest, that was not easy to see some of the lines and marks in that field, hence the reason why I had to have the lights on. I wish all tractor models in Farming Sim 22 and 25 could have bright lights like that, because honestly it made the area around me like daylight. It was quite nice, it was, but anyway, as I say, we've got it done. I know one thing for certain, I could well be keeping this drill. I think it fits nicely on this tractor. I think it looks good on this tractor. And yeah, it was an absolute pleasure to use. So yeah, I could well be using the. I could well be buying this drill, because, as I say, it certainly fits. Well, ticks every box that we're looking for. So yeah. Anyway, that's got that drilled. We're just getting it rolled now. So the David Brown is up there rolling, and as I say, we'll get that done. We'll get that done off camera, and then the other. Did I just see something, or was my eyes playing tricks on me? No, I think I saw something. I did indeed see something. Why has that tractor got me saying it? That is my character. Why? Oh, why is my character sat in that tractor? I mean, at the very least, he could be out doing something. There is lots to do on this farm. Do you intend in coming out soon? And he's still holding the steering wheel. I think he's having a mental breakdown. That'd be about right for me, that would. Crazy things you see on Farming Simulator. Oh dear me. Anyway, yeah, so we got that done. So we got the grass planted. As I say, that's going to become clearer in an episode, maybe 2 episodes time. We've got the canola drilled. We've got it being rolled. The grass was rolled. The reason I grassed it, the reason why I rolled it, was to firm it right down proper. Because, as I say, for what that field's going to be used for, you would want that nice and firm, and you would also pray that it doesn't come wet. Because if it comes wet, then we're in trouble. But yeah, so anyway, we've got it. We've got it grass, and of course the good thing about that grass is that once, you know, the field has served its purpose in terms of why we need the grass in it, you know, we can then mow that grass, and we can then bale that grass, so we'll have plenty of hay bales. As I say, hopefully in the next episode, I am pretty much done down there now. So I kind of listened to the 1 or 2 bits of feedback that I had in terms of the pig area, where, you know, I had a couple of people say, you know, it's great that you was down there, it's great that you've kind of shown us what was going on, but don't include it in the video or any more videos, because you're not that good on the digger, and like, it looks a bit messy and a bit amateurish. And you know, and rightly they said, you know, that's what you try not to come across as, you know, which is kind of them to say so, because that is what I am trying to do. The same with today. I've done quite a bit of in-cab work today, and I've done quite a bit of out-cab work today, because some people like you to be in-cab because it's realistic, and then other people are like, well, you can't really see the map, and you can't really see the good things that are going around you. You know, I like it outside the cab, directly behind the tractor, you know, just a little bit, you know, set back a little bit. So tried to please everyone there as well today, as much as we can. And I must admit, when I'm playing by myself, I'm in cab. But, you know, it doesn't bother me being out of cab, so it doesn't make no difference to me. You know, but as I say, we're just trying to keep things right. The other thing as well is we've bought them fields that we've just drilled. Well, the other one with the sunflowers in, that's got a shed like this there. So I think what we're going to do is because I really don't want to sell my classic combine and me one or two other you know, sort of vintage machines, and we are getting to the point where we are starting to outgrow the David Browns. I don't want to stop using them as such. The Ford, I think that is going. Um, it's got a little bit of value, and you know the farm needs to kind of update a little bit. So the Ford may well be going, but I've not really made a decision as well on these trailers as to whether we're keeping them. I think we possibly should, and I also think as well we should keep that tractor. But again, that's, you know, all money, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, I'd like to keep at least one David Brown on the farm and working. You know, and it's quite capable of doing some rowing and using the old baler, if, you know, if that's how we want to sort of do things. So I know we've got the new modern one now, which we bought in the last episode, I think it was, or the episode before that, I can't remember. So we've got the modern John Deere one now. So yeah, from where we started, we are gradually moving up. Say a bit more land. Say I've not got that much more stone to move down there, but I have got a little bit. But you know, and sort of maybe people are sort of thinking that are regular viewers of this series are sort of thinking to themselves, you know, yeah, but we've progressed far too quickly. That will come to a shuddering halt once the pig area is done. You have to remember it's the pig area and the stone that's provided us with the money that means that we've been able to do the things that we've done. And like I say, we've got a little bit more stone down there to sell and to move around. And there has been a way that I've sort of stumbled across where you take all the stone out. If you then tip it on the floor, and I may have already have said this, if you tip it on the floor and then pick it back up again, you lose about 10% of the stone that you got from flattening the ground. So I've been doing that because that then reduces quite significantly the amount of stone that I've been selling, which then obviously in turn significantly reduces the amount of money that I get for selling that stone. So I am trying to keep it under control if I can. But like I say, once that pig area is done, once the stone is all finished and the area is built and is all kind of shaped and, you know, sort of is final, then the stone money will stop completely. And what we'll do then is maybe we'll buy some more land, maybe we'll buy another area, maybe we could buy another farm. I'm looking for, so not now, but in the future, I'm looking for another farm, a farm where we can maybe get rid of a lot of the older sheds that are there and put down some grain stores and storage sheds, so that when we move into potatoes, when we move into, which we will do eventually, certainly not yet, but eventually we will move into carrots and parsnips and red beets and stuff like that. Obviously we're doing sugar beet now, so that's going to be harvested within probably another episode, maybe 2 episodes time. You know, so we've got that to do as well. So once we've kind of got that area finished, got the stone sold off, spent the money from the stone either on another farm where we can sort of gradually start to knock that down, maybe even, you know, sort of I don't know, buy some more fields or a new animal area and maybe get some cows or something, or some well, we've got sheep, we've got pigs, so cows or horses or something like that. So as I say, we'll quickly go back down to having not very much money and relying on selling crops and eggs to give us the money that we need. But yeah, so hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to leave this episode here. It's been absolutely fantastic. If you have enjoyed it, why not smash that thumbs up button? It really does help to push this video out to other people. And if you like me and you like the content that I produce, why not hit that subscribe button so that you get notified every single day when I drop a video, which is every day at 3 PM. And as I've said before, and I'm not going to keep repeating, at the end of these videos, In the wintertime, we will then move to 7 days a week. But at the moment, it's every day, 3 p.m., Monday to Friday. But back in the wintertime, when I'm not doing the things that I do in the summer months, because I've now gathered another new hobby, which is speedway. I've been twice now, and it's absolutely sensational. So I'm now supporting the Kings Lynn Stars that are in the Elite League, and following them now all over the country, as well as me stock cars. So as I say, in the winter time when none of that's happening, I'll be able to go back to maybe doing sort of 6-7 days a week. I don't know, or maybe just sort of doing special episodes at the weekend. I don't know. But anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. If you've got to the end, thanks ever so much. I really do appreciate it. And leave any comments down below about what your thoughts are about the save, about me. Good or bad, I don't care. You can't really upset me, I've got to be honest. So yeah, I'll see you all again next time. Bye for now.